Today on the bench, the Team Corally Syncro4. We got a lot of stuff to do to this car, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content. On the agenda, I do need to fix this battery terminal, but I don't want to mess with it right now. On my very first video, I broke the fan on this ESC. Oh, how does the cover come off on this? Oh man, that's not gonna. All right. Well, that's interesting. I thought it would just unscrew that and this cover would pop off. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, we got it. We got it. So it does kind of work that way. Yeah, on the very first video, the fan stopped working. I thought maybe I broke one of the blades on a hard landing, but maybe not. Let's get my battery here and find out. I wonder if it's possible to plug that in backwards. See, that's what I'm worried about. Yeah, that is a goner. Let's see, I got... Oh, that's too big. Oh no, I need this fan. I was gonna put, that's got to go back in the... Wow, so that is a really, really small fan. I actually don't have any fans this small. I don't have anything. This is from the Granite Grom. Or the Typhon Grom. So basically it just has this little shield here. I was going to put this back in because I feel like it could use just a little bit more airflow in there. But I guess I'll have to order a fan and put it in later because I really need to get this one up and going. Well, that's interesting. The screws push all the way through. Okay. So it must just screw into the heatsink then. Yeah, that way that makes sense because that's what holds the cover down. Okay, that makes sense. Not that it really matters. I mean, you're not going to damage anything plugging these things in wrong. You just have to flip one later. I just find it easier to do it right the first time. So what I did is I just took a picture. The connectors are color coded. So we have blue, then yellow. And then before I do orange, let's go ahead and plug in the fan. That way we're not... Make life a little bit easier. Actually, make life easier without this yellow one here either too. Actually, what I want to do is we need to plug in the programmer, see what we can do with this ESC. That's what we need to do. All right, let's see. Forward brake reverse. Okay, number 2, auto calculate lipo cutoff. Low voltage is 3, auto intermediate. ESC thermal protection at 221. So that's the minimum. Number 5, motor thermal protection is actually turned on in here to 221, but that doesn't, it can't read the thermal protection of the motor, I don't believe. So 6, motor rotation. BEC voltage, we're going to move this up to number 2 to 7.4 volts. I think that'll help speed up that servo. Number 8 is 6. Oh, okay, max brake force. Okay. Number 9, so it's on 6, which is 75%, which is usually pretty high. But I don't feel like I had a problem with the braking on this one. Max reverse force is 50%. That's pretty fast. Punch mode 3. Ooh, oh, look at that. We can go up to 5. I think I'm going to go for 5. We'll go for 5. Drag brake is off. And there we do. So there is a punch mode that's programmable into this one. Awesome. All right. Man, I meant to do this like in the unboxing so that way people know what you can and can't program in these. Although with the Kagama, I could change the punch, but it just really didn't feel like it did anything. And when I talked to Team Corally, basically, they add a bunch of timing to the motor at about like mid-throttle, which is why when you get about halfway on it, it comes on so strong, and that you can't change. So I think changing the punch mode really didn't do too much for it. Okay, so I think that was it. Oh, let me put the fan in. Alright, I forgot, yeah. We need to add a fan. And these, I definitely got a lot of questions about where I get these. Like I said, they are in my Amazon store. Oh, wow, no, that's still way loose. Obviously, that one was way too big. So hopefully this one here should fit. Oh, good, I got my drill. Luckily, if you have loose cables like this, let me show you a little secret here. Gently lock that piece in there. Hold the wires near the fan. Hold it a little tight. Right? Just keep it taut a little bit. And there you have it. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh yeah, so that's gonna snap on nice. Oh yeah. Now we just need to make sure that, yeah, I think the problem is gonna be like the body's gonna, so I think I might have to, yeah, I think if we aim it that way, then that should not be a problem for the body at all. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. You can see the problem is when you put the body on here, it's really low, and if you look, there's not a lot of room. And then this thing kind of, it clips onto here, so you might be able to get a little airflow if you move it way over here. I don't know. I think this is your best bet, is to just aim it this way and just let it. Let it pull air like that. Alright, next thing, I am going to replace the receiver in here. I do not like the factory transmitter in here. So we're going to put this on my DX5. I was really debating which way to go with this. Put the Dumbo radio in here or the Spectrum, just because the Spectrum, you know, the receivers are a little bit more money. But these aren't too bad because they don't have the gyro built in, so they're not terribly expensive. So it's not too bad. But they sure didn't make it easy on you to try to run wires into this box, that's for sure. Yeah, I really don't have to unbolt this box just to try to fish this thing in here. But man, what a zigzag this thing makes. Sheesh. Hopefully we'll get it running there. What a pain. Man, 6 screws, so you got the 2 big screws right here and then 4 little ones all within this, and then all that just to lift this thing out. And now we can very easily feed this wire through here and run it to the new receiver. Be careful of the receiver wire. I was about to put these screws in here and I'm looking, I can see this red and white, not the receiver wire, the ESC wire, because it travels down and then across. So just be careful about that you don't put a screw through there, or you tighten this whole tray down on the wire. Make sure that the wire is free of the tray before you cinch this thing down. Alright, let's get this bound. So the Spectrum's real easy, just hold down this button on the receiver. Turn it on. Let the flashing light come over here to the DX5. And we hit bind. There it is. Sweet. Alrighty. I'll put a name into here later. Whoa. And then next time out, the reason I decided to go with the Spectrum one instead of the Dumbo, because the Dumbo, you have to set the trim each and every time. You have to, it's kind of like when I use my Traxxas, I have everything bound to one remote, and then I have to every time I change cars, I have to go through and just make sure that my trim and all that's set before I do anything. It's kind of a hassle. So the Dumbo works the same way, where the Spectrum, it digitally sets the trim for everything. So it is a really nice setup. So that concludes what I want to get done on the Syncro4. We got the fan fixed. I got the fan installed. I got the receiver. I do want to see how this feels any faster. Ooh, I think so. Look at that, even with pressure. Man, it's not that much to adjust on the end points. It's pretty much moving right to the end. Nice. Alrighty. Alright, we got speed. Let's see how fast it goes. I don't know, 40, 50. Alright, so 45. I think it was 40 with the original gear, so 45. Alright, let's go take it for a little run. So one thing I didn't show, because I just was shooting a video with the EP10. It was actually going to be a combined video. I did the front shocks on this. I just felt the car would drop down and wouldn't return, so I went with a little thinner oil. Put 30 weight in here. We'll see how that does. This is not really the best terrain for a lower buggy, but it's what I got. Yeah, the back's still a bit bouncy, wanting to come up. I'm probably gonna do that, and I might just change the shocks because I'm not I find these composite, the threads on are really, really hard to unthread these collars to get the springs to move. Ah. Yeah, but I think, oh, that's what we're testing, the punch level. The punch level of the gear in the steering. I'm forgetting why I'm test driving it. I think, yeah. I should have done the punch level and then the gear, I don't know. But I can always back the punch level down, but yeah, it's a lot more responsive now. Before it seemed like, it just wasn't very, and the steering definitely faster. Uh-oh, we picked up something. But yeah, the punch. Look at that. Oh yeah. So that made a big difference, man. Turning up the punch, turning up the servo. So next thing, I need to bring this back to the track, and plus we got the gearing in. I just feel, it just didn't feel snappy enough, you know? Like on the track when I was on the jumps and I went to hit, it just didn't like launch. And then I take the Typhon out and it's flying. This just seemed like a little, and they were both running 4S, so it was like, yeah. Yeah. Big difference. The true test will be at the track. Oh, I just got blasted. But I feel like it's a whole different RC now. Woo! All right, everyone. Plus, like I said, I think I need to do the back shocks. But actually, they have the metal shocks, and I really don't want to spend the money, but I think I will. Because I like this car, I want to keep it. So the composite, I just don't like the way that threads. It's just very, very hard to, I actually had to take like a tap and run it through the threads of the collar to get it to actually thread down somewhat easier. Woo, check it out, man. The Syncro4. So there we have it. So this concludes this on the bench. Hope you enjoyed watching the upgrades this car, and look for more. We're going to take this thing back to the track and see how it does with the gear change, the punch, and the servo voltage, and all the fans and stuff. So we'll check out temperatures. We'll do an unofficial. It's warm. It definitely got some temperature on there, but it's working. All right, everyone. That's the bad thing about running with a bunch of pine needles and stuff. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this episode on the bench, watching the Syncro4 run. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.